everybody, this is Miss Melanie and I'm here with my buddies and we're going to talk about the craft that we're going to make today. So today in our lesson we learned about Moses and about how God helped him lead his people away from the bad Pharaoh who was holding them as slaves. And what we learned from that is that there is nothing that is too big or too hard for God to do, and that he will always provide for us. You know, remember in the story when the Pharaoh kept saying no, 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 and God kept sending bad things like flies and frogs, and he still kept saying no. But finally he said, okay, they can leave. But guess what? They didn't even hardly get down the road before he changed his mind and sent his army after them. So the people are going away from the bad king, and they come to an ocean. Now what do? There's an ocean in front of them and a big army behind them. Now what? Well, guess what God did? That wasn't too hard for him. He just opened the ocean right up, moved the water out of the way, and made a big path right through the middle of the ocean for the people to walk through, right through the middle of the sea, so that they would be safe. And he promises that he'll always provide for us and that there's nothing too hard or too big for him to do. So we're going to show you the things that we're going to need for this craft today. And the first thing we're going to need is some construction paper. And we chose brown just because we're talking about, it kind of looks like the desert, and that's where this story kind of takes place. And you're going to need some scissors, and then you're going to need some glue stick and a bottle of glue.
Whoops.
Preferably not on the floor. And then you're going to need another piece of construction paper. It doesn't matter what color. And if you can see on that corner, we kind of drew a line across there to make a triangle. There it is, you see it? So my buddy here is going to take his scissors and he's going to cut right along that line. So he's going to cut out that triangle. And we're going to show you what we're going to do with that in just a minute. First of all, we're going to play a little bit of a game. And this little game is called Want It or Need It. So we have a box here, and then we put some things in. And my buddies are going to take turns picking things out, and we're going to decide, is that something we need or something we want? Okay, go ahead. First thing is candy, fruit snacks. So guys, is that a need it or a want it?
Want it.
Want it. We don't need fruit snacks, do we? What else we got in there? Reach in there and pull out, oh, a dinosaur. Do we need toys or do we want toys, guys?
Want.
Want. That's not a need. So what else? There is a house with a family. What do you think, guys? A need or a want?
A need.
I think that's a need. Everybody wants a home and wants a family, but we also need people and we need a place to live anyway, don't we? Okay, what else do we have in there? We have got water. What about it, guys? Need it, want it? Which one?
Need it.
Need it. We gotta have water to live. Yes, we do. What else is in there? Whoa, you guys know what that is, right? So, do we need a PlayStation or do we want a PlayStation? What do you think, fellas? Want. That's definitely a want. What else is in there? Each of you take one more turn. Pull something out of there. What's in there? Food. What about it, guys? Need it, want it?
Want it. Need it and want it.
Need it. We gotta have food to live, right? We can't live if we don't have food to eat. I think there's one more thing in there. What else is in there? It's a heart, and that stands for love. What do you think, guys? Do we need love or do we want love? Or both?
We need and want.
We need it and we want it. Everybody wants to be loved, but we all need to be loved too. So God promises that he's going to provide all the things that we need. But guess what? He loves us too. So he wants to give us a lot of the things that we want too. He's not going to give us everything we want, because some things that we want that we really don't need, or they're not going to be good for us. Like say if you wanted an elephant. I mean, that probably wouldn't be a good thing to have in your room, would it? So we can't have everything we want, but God did promise us that he's going to provide everything we need. So here's what we're going to do with our craft. So my guys are going to show you what they did with that triangle. That triangle became their tent. See, they took their glue and they glued it on their brown paper, and that's their tent. They were pretending like we're the people, the children of Israel that got escaped from the bad king and were out in the desert, and they're living in tents in the desert. So you can, my guys cut out a little bit of a doorway in their tents. You can do that if you want to. You can color it and decorate it any way that you want. Let me tell you another really hard thing that God did. when the people were out in the desert, there wasn't anything for them to eat out there, you know? So in the desert, nothing really grows. You really can't eat anything that grows in the desert, not that much anyway. There really aren't any animals out there that you could kill and eat. But guess what God did? He made it rain food. Every morning, the people would come out of their tents, they'd wake up, God bless you, out of their tent and come out, and the ground was covered with food. It was covered with this food called manna. And manna is sort of like bread. So in our craft today, for our craft, we're going to use two things that sort of look like manna. Look what we got there. We've got skyline crackers. We've got some oats. So what my buddies are going to do is they're going to take glue. And this guy over here, God bless you again, is going to put a whole bunch of glue on there because he's hungry. He wants a whole lot of manna on his picture. All right, he's a gluing machine here, okay? Now look what he's going to do. He's going to take his oats and he's going to sprinkle. Sprinkle, sprinkle all over where he put the glue. And so this picture is going to remind us that even in the middle of a desert, and we're going to watch my buddy over here glue the crackers on. For the crackers, you're going to need a big dot of glue. So you don't want to spread the glue all over the place. You need a big dot of glue, yeah. So like I said, this is going to remind us that even in the middle of a desert, when there's nothing to eat, and the people that were coming away from that bad king, it wasn't just a couple of people. It was thousands of people. God was able to feed them anyway. There wasn't a Kroger's. There wasn't a Burger King or a McDonald's. Nowhere to get any food. But God made it rain food. Nothing is too hard for God, and He will always provide what we need. That's our craft for today. The time is getting sooner and sooner. If that's a word, is that a word, sooner? Closer and closer, maybe that's better. To when we're going to be able to be back in church together, and I cannot wait to see it. I hope you're having a good week, and there's my buddy. He's already working on his manna. All right, I'll see you soon. Love you. Bye-bye.
Dude, we actually finished it.